Look at that water. It looks very cold, right? That is the Detroit River. Right now, it is the most dangerous stretch of water in the whole world. Not because of bad weather, not because of a battleship, but because of one piece of paper on a desk in the Oval Office. If you are watching this, you probably think the trade war is just loud talk. You think it is only politicians yelling at each other on TV news while you try to pay your bills. You think it does not affect you. But what happened in the last 2 days did not just affect you. It almost destroyed the strength of the American economy. We are talking about the Gordie Howe International Bridge. It is the single most important building project in North America, a strong, modern connection that was supposed to fix the traffic jams, lower the prices in stores, and keep the factories in Michigan and Ohio working. Donald Trump looked at that bridge, and he did not see a helpful connection. He saw a rope to pull tight. He saw a way to hurt Canada. He saw a way to force Prime Minister Mark Carney to give up. So he made a choice so strong, so careless, and so badly planned that it did not just fail. It exploded right back at him. Trump tried to close it. He tried to use a national security rule to stop the last part of building and checking the bridge. He wanted to turn that huge concrete structure into an empty place. He wanted the big machines to stop moving. He wanted the trucks to sit still. He thought he was being strong. He thought he was the best at making deals. I control the border. I control the movement. That was his thinking. But he forgot who he was facing, and he really forgot how the American government really works, because what happened next was not Canada giving up. It was Americans fighting back. Mark Carney did not yell. He did not promise to destroy the White House. He did not post angry messages online at 3 in the morning. He did something much more frightening. He picked up the phone and he did not call Trump. He called the people who really run America, the big donors, the company leaders, the union heads, and the senators whose states would become economic wastelands if that bridge stayed shut. And today, just a few hours ago, we saw something that history books will talk about for 50 years. We saw American lawmakers, even members of Trump's own party, stand up in Congress and take away the president's power to block that bridge. They stopped him. They protected the trade path. They chose the rules of business, and in that way, they chose to stand with Mark Carney. You need to understand how big this is. This is not just a victory for Canada. This is a big shame for a president who loves to have total control. And in the next 40 minutes, I am going to take you through every moment of this battle. I am going to show you the national security paper Trump tried to sign. I am going to show you the exact legal trick Carney prepared weeks earlier. I am going to take you inside the fear that spread through the American car companies when they understood what Trump was about to do. And I am going to explain why this win might be the only reason you can still buy a car next year without going broke. So turn off your alerts. Put your phone away, because the world is changing right under you, and you need to see exactly who is in charge. Let's go back in time. Let's return to Tuesday morning. The rumor machine in Washington started moving fast. People inside the West Wing began sharing a rough version of an executive order. The words were harsh. It said that foreign control and safety risks in the bridges building required an immediate stop with no end date on all approvals. Indefinite stop. That is politician talk, for we are ending this project until you give us what we want. The real target was not the bridge. The real target was the USMCA review. The real target was Canada's tax on digital companies. The real target was Mark Carney's refusal to give in to Trump's tariff warnings. Trump wanted something to hold hostage, and the Gordie Howe Bridge was the biggest, most costly thing he could pick. Now stop for a moment. Think about the location. Detroit and Windsor. This is not just any border spot. This is the main artery of the North American economy. 25% of all trade between the US and Canada happens right here. Over $300 billion every year. Every day, thousands of trucks cross this river carrying engines, car parts, steel, aluminum, and food. The car industry works on just-in-time delivery. That means the seat you sit on, the steering wheel you hold, the brakes that stop your car, those parts do not wait in storage for months. They arrive at the factory 4 hours before workers put them on the car. 4 hours. If a truck gets stuck at the border for 5 hours, the factory line stops. If the line stops, the workers go home. If the workers go home, they do not earn money. If they do not earn money, they do not buy things. Trump knows this, or at least his helpers know this, but Trump does not care about the details. He cares about the picture. He wanted the picture of a closed bridge. He wanted the picture of Canada being afraid. But Canada did not get afraid. Mark Carney did not get afraid. Why? Because Mark Carney is not a television star. He is a central banker. He is an economist. He understands how money and trade really work better than anyone around Trump. Carney knew this move was coming. Intelligence people in Ottawa probably warned about it weeks before. So while Trump was writing his order, Carney was getting ready for the fight. He did not make a public threat. He did not give Trump easy words to attack. Instead, he quietly put together a file, a very exact file. It was not a list of things Canada did not like. It was a list of what would happen to America. He figured out exactly how many jobs would disappear in Michigan in the first week. He figured out the exact money Ohio would lose. He figured out the exact effect on the stock prices of Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis. Then he had his diplomats quietly give that file not to the White House, but to the personal offices of senators from those states, to the governors, to the business groups. It was a quiet explosion. Imagine being a Republican senator from Michigan. You support Trump. You want to stay on his good side. But then a Canadian diplomat gives you a paper that says, if the president signs this order on Friday, 3 big factories in your area will close on Monday. And here is the news statement. The companies are ready to blame you for it. That is not polite talking. That is real power. Cold, clear, impossible to ignore power. Carney made them choose. Do you serve the president's pride, or do you serve the paychecks of the people who vote for you? By Wednesday afternoon, the phone lines in the White House were very busy. We are hearing now that big Republican donors, the people who pay for campaigns, were yelling at Trump's chief of staff. They were threatening to stop giving money for the next elections. They were threatening to support other candidates against Trump loyalists. They were saying, "You do not touch that bridge." Trump tried to keep going. He got stronger in his position. On Thursday morning, he posted on Truth Social and complained about Canadian disloyalty and weak Republicans who do not follow him. He tried to scare them into agreeing. He tried to get his supporters angry, but his supporters did not care about the bridge. His supporters care about gas prices. His supporters care about jobs, and the story had already changed. Carney had won the battle of information before anything big even happened. And then came the final hit. Late last night, in a private meeting of the Senate Appropriations Committee, a group from both parties added a small rule to a bill that had to pass. The rule was clear. It stopped the use of any government money to delay, block, or slow down the opening of the Gordie Howe International Bridge. It was a strong legal lock. When that news came out this morning, you could almost feel the energy leave the West Wing. Trump's executive order was useless even before he signed it. Even if he signed it, he could not make it happen. He could not pay inspectors to stop the trucks. He could not pay the Coast Guard to block the river. Congress had taken away his money to act. And who started this? It was not the Democrats. It was the Republicans from the industrial states. The exact people Trump needs to keep his group strong. They went against him. They refused the leader because Mark Carney showed them the real price of staying loyal. Now let's look bigger, because if you think this is only about a bridge, you are missing the larger change. You are missing the huge movement happening in world politics right now. For the last 8 years, the world has been scared of Donald Trump's wild actions. Leaders in Europe, in Asia, in South America, they have all been very careful around him. They have given in to him. They have praised him. They have tried to stay safe from his anger. Mark Carney just proved that old way does not work anymore. Carney showed the world that you do not survive Trump by staying quiet. You survive Trump by being smarter than him. You survive by building strong walls of facts and friends that he cannot break. Carney did not fight America. He fought the ideas of Trumpism, and he got America to help him fight it. Think about the thinking behind that. Trump depends on the idea that America is one solid block, that when he speaks, the full power of the United States stands behind him. But Carney showed the weak spot. He showed that American business needs and Trump's political needs are not the same. In fact, they often fight each other. Carney pushed right into that weak spot and opened it wide. This is why the America First people hate Carney so much. They call him a globalist. They call him an elite person, and maybe he is, but right now he is the only leader in the world who seems to know exactly how to deal with a leader who likes to shake things up. He treats the U.S. president not as the top boss, but as a danger, a number in a math problem, something to handle. And that makes Trump very angry. You can see it in the news meetings. You can see it in the posts. Trump wants a loud argument. He wants yelling. He wants Carney to insult him so he can hit back. But Carney gives him nothing. No easy quotes, no anger, just calm, powerful skill. It is like watching a fighter try to hit a shadow. Trump swings and touches only empty space. And while he is unsteady, Carney is taking apart his connections. But let's bring this back to you. Why should you, sitting in your living room or looking at your phone, care about Mark Carney's smart game? Here is the real answer. The world economy is weak right now. We are close to a bad slowdown. Prices stay high, houses cost too much. If Trump had won and blocked that bridge, it would not have been just news. It would have been a huge extra cost on your life right away. When supply lines break, prices go up. It is a basic rule. If that bridge closes, the price of your next car goes up by $2,000. The price of wood for fixing your house goes up by 15%. The price of fresh vegetables in winter goes up because the trucks cannot get through. Mark Carney did not just save Canada's economy today. He saved the money in your home. He kept the roads open. He kept the products moving. He stopped a bad mood from turning into a big economic crash. And he did it while the U.S. president was trying hard to break the system. But here is the frightening part. This is not finished. Do you think Donald Trump will accept this quietly? Do you think he will look at the Senate vote, smile, and say, "Nice job, Mark"? No way. He is hurt. He is ashamed. And a hurt, ashamed Trump is the most risky Trump. We are already hearing quiet talk of revenge. If he cannot block the bridge, he will find another target. Maybe he goes after Canadian oil. Maybe he goes after tech companies. Maybe he makes things hard for Canadian people at airports. He will search for a weak spot. He needs to show strength again. But here is what is different now. The magic is gone. The lawmakers who voted against him today crossed a line they cannot uncross. They saw that nothing terrible happened when they said no to him. They saw that their supporters cheered for them. This sets an example. If Trump tries to hurt Canada again next week, Carney will do the same thing. He will call the same senators. He will show the same facts, and he will get the same result. Trump is losing his power to push. He is becoming weak in his own trade fight. And look at the dates. The USMCA review, the big trade talk, is coming soon. Trump wanted to enter that meeting holding the bridge like a weapon. He wanted to walk in and say, "Give me everything or the bridge stays shut." Now he walks in with nothing. Carney has taken away his strongest tool. This changes the whole discussion. Instead of Canada asking to survive, Canada can walk in and ask for steady rules. Carney can look Trump in the eye and say, "We are equal partners. We are not under you. And if you try to hurt us, we have friends in Washington who will stop you." That is a change in power that no one expected 6 months ago. There is a lesson here about being your own country. Trump talks a lot about independence. He talks about America standing alone, but in today's world, no one is really alone. We are linked. We are connected by cables, by oil lines, by bridges. You cannot attack your neighbor's economy without attacking your own. Trump is fighting an old-style war in a new world. He thinks about walls and taxes on imports. Carney thinks about connections and movement. And as we saw today, the connections win. The connections always win. So what should you watch in the next few days? Watch the words. Watch how Trump explains this. He will try to say he never wanted to close the bridge. He will try to say he got deals that never happened. He will not tell the truth to save his pride. But watch Carney. Watch what he stays quiet about. He will not brag. He will not celebrate loudly. He will just keep working. He will keep making those friendships. He will keep slowly tightening his hold because he knows quiet strength is the true strength. We are living through a big change. For many years, Canada was the smaller brother, the helper, the country that always followed what Washington wanted. Those times are over. Under Mark Carney, Canada is becoming a strong player, a smart leader, a country that can stop American overreach. And for many Americans who are tired of the mess, tired of the loud talk, and tired of the warnings, that actually feels okay. It feels like someone is finally steering with clear eyes. The bridge is safe. The trade is safe. But the fight for the future of North America is only beginning. Trump has been hurt, but he is still the president. He still has the power to launch weapons. He still has the loud voice. Carney has won this fight. But can he win the whole war? Can he keep these allies together when things get really hard? That is the question. And the answer will decide the future of your job, your money, and your country. I want to hear from you. Really, go to the comments right now. Or tell me, do you think the U.S. senators were right to stop Trump, or do you think they turned against the president? Is Mark Carney very smart, or is he playing tricks with American politics? This is the talk you will not hear on regular news. They are too scared to say it. We are not. If you want the real story about the border, about the economy, and about the hidden fight behind closed doors, you need to subscribe to this channel. We are following the money. We are following the power. And we are following the lies. Do not miss the next update because Trump's next move is coming and you need to be ready. This is the main battle line. You are watching history. Thanks for watching.